Welcome back, everybody. My hair's a mess right now, but today we're playing some games because I had some stuff planned. I was trying to get it ready before the stream started. It all fell through. What's new on this stream? And I just decided, you know what? It's better than watching me struggle to get something to work that doesn't want to work. Just playing games. And I think until we get into like a regular like rhythm of things where like I have like a proper schedule and everything is set up nicely and it's just as easy as me pressing like 3 buttons and I'm in and I got a schedule and everything else, which I'm working on. We're gonna get there. Until then, I'm gonna just kind of just exist. That's kind of the goal right now. Not for much longer though. I am trying to get into that general swing of things, and that would be excellent if I am able to do that. But we'll play some Valorant. I know we haven't done that in a long time. Let me let the Discord know real fast. I am in fact live. Oh yeah. And let's get the YouTube chat running. My hair, you know what? I have this weird new thing I've been working on. You might notice my hat. I'll talk about it in a little bit, but there is something about this. We're gonna just go here, view my channel, and yeah, there we go. And I will say it looked kind of funky. Again, there's a story behind it. I'll talk about it in a little bit. I made this today, and I'm very proud. You know what? What if I no, I know better. We'll just go like this. Okay, we're playing Valorant today, and I know you guys are probably like, get into it already, and I will. In fact, I'm actually in the game as we speak. And okay, there we go. And my headset's backwards. No, it isn't. I forget how all this deathmatch is the one I want to practice in. I think so. I don't think I'm going to do ranked just yet. I think I'm going to just kind of chill in deathmatch. Just make sure my gun skills are somewhere in the vicinity of an acceptable level. Then I'll move to chat. Is this real? Yes, it is. Match found. I was just feeling, quite frankly, this entire week has been a nostalgia trip. I played League for the first time in what feels like forever. I'm telling you guys, back in the day, I'm talking 4 years, 4, 3, some 2, 3, 4 years ago, more than 3 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I used to go home and play I'm scared! Ah! But yeah, I used to literally go home and play 4 or 5 games of League every night. I still got it. Oh, yeah. I don't quite got it. But yeah. So, and then I stopped playing. I don't even know really why. I think it was just, I kind of stopped playing for a little bit. And then when you stop playing, it gets harder to jump back into it. Oh, God. Ah! But yeah. But I played Valorant for forever. Like, I used to stream it all the time. And then I got into coding. Hey, Chris Ball, how's it going? Welcome back to stream. Oof. That guy got the corner. I still got it. I still got it. Kind of. I'm not like the menace I used to be, but I think I'm definitely better at this than I am League. Like in League, I can't even talk when I'm playing it because I gotta like hyper focus so hard. Oh, nope. Ah! But yeah, here I can kind of like like play while talking. It's it's kind of lagging a little bit. I'm not gonna. Oh, that's bad. Oh, what is that lag? Okay. Something is very wrong, and I don't know what it is. Is Valo a hero shooter? Yes, it is. I'm gonna take YouTube off. Is there anything else on my computer that could be like contributing? I mean, Streamlabs obviously, but I think it's better. Oh, that's not better. Holy. Okay, something is wrong with my network. I do not know what it is. Maybe I gotta like check my... I'm gonna check my speed right now. It's a quick... Oh, my speed looks fine. Kind of. Like, it's not like excellent, but it's not... Usually, like, when I'm having issues like this, it's like, an issue on my computer. Okay, so my internet speed is fast. I'm guessing it might be something like a, let's run task manager. What else should I check? There's one more thing that I check. Oh yeah, I also gotta check the battery, the settings. Cause sometimes if I'm on like low battery mode or something, it gets kind of complainy.
Kills remaining.
I know I'm not playing right now. I've gotta...
Dominating. Five kills remaining.
My FPS is high. It's more than my...
One kill remaining.
Whoops-a-daisy. But yeah, anyways, I don't know if I can play this ranked. I think I can try it out unranked and just see if, like, I'm doing fine, if I'm getting kills, etc. Yeah, let's just put, like, unrated for right now. Just no issue. And we'll put on push to play Y. I don't know if it's gonna work. Let me just do a quick test. Yeah, it works. Okay, so let's jump right into it. And probably fail, because that is kind of where I'm at right now. I did a lot. Okay, I will say when I wasn't lagging out, I was doing pretty well. I was getting kills, I was doing damage. I think I'll be fine. But, you know, it means nothing when it comes to the actual game. All that shows is that, you know, my gun skills are not zeroed out, as they probably should be after what feels like a year of not playing it. But anyway, we'll play some Valorant. We'll do some game jams soon as well. I know that that's something that is something I want to do, and that might be something I start focusing on more soon. It's kind of like right now, there's a couple other projects I've been working on, and something like a game jam, it isn't just a stream. Like a game jam is a commitment. Like when you go into a game jam, you got to spend like a week where at least like 30% of my focus is on that game jam if I want to be done and semi-competitive. I mean, if I don't care, sure, I can play like 24 hours and forget about it. Like, okay, I gotta submit it. That's totally fine. But, you know, actually going at it and really like trying to submit something proper with audio and visuals and good code and mechanics, that's a commitment. And I'm not quite ready to say, yeah, I have a full week ready to go.
Match found.
And there are a couple other projects kind of want to get started on because my company's still huge. Oh, yeah. I have also a bunch of side projects. Hey guys, haven't played in a while, so just a heads up. Probably should check my audio settings and make sure that... Maybe they've... I don't know. But yeah, no, the pixel art app, I think that would definitely be like a cool idea, or at least like something to like... I don't know. I thought it was really cool because I was working on all these pixelated style things, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to like implement something like that.
The sky's crowded nowadays.
What's a regen shield? I don't know what any of these things are or do.
Gotta go.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Go, go, go!
1 HP Cypher mid.
Spike down mid. One enemy remaining.
I tagged the guy a little bit.
It's probably main.
Oh, I tagged him 73.
Don't peek, don't peek, don't peek.
30 seconds left.
You are in our way.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Good round.
Now do it again.
I'll be publishing version 1.0 of a web sketching app in January. I wanted to reuse all the code and make a Pixar one in February. That's pretty awesome.
Going mid.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B. Flawless.
We did.
Nice.
Lola, I know you be.
Well, I'd like to contribute. In terms of code, you can show it to me and I can take a look at it.
Reloading.
I'm not sure how much I can help you because I'm not, I wouldn't call myself the best developer, especially when it comes to working on team projects. I kind of have my own weird style, so. But if you want to take a look at your code and maybe give some advice or ideas or anything like that, or like, I'm pretty good at like I feel like I give relatively decent advice.
Spike down B.
Reloading. Go, go, go.
Spike planted.
One backside.
Make a whole stream riffing on your code. That'd be kind of fun.
One enemy remaining.
She's back.
Reloading.
I mean, honestly, just send it to me or send me the link to the GitHub or whatever you need, and I'll be very happy to look at what you got going.
They're losing hard. I can feel it.
Maybe they're pacifists.
I think they're here.
Yeah, they're.
Reloading.
I thought Jed was watching with me.
For you. Spike planted.
I was not aware that I was alone. I would not have held that angle if I knew. I'm doing really poor for my... Yeah, I'm doing
Backside,
ridiculous.
backside. You saw her. To your right. To your right. Yeah. No, like.
Last player standing.
Oh, that's right.
The enemy only looks composed.
I don't know what to... I guess the Jet is... Is that a good place to... I know that used to be a great place to just hold an angle. But, like, I don't think it's that great of a place anymore because it's no longer a place where you can, like push from their side. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like out of the times, but I just feel like he kind of just abandoned me, which, you know, it's whatever. I feel like they're going to try to go for a mid push again. I don't know. Maybe I'll hold from this side. Could be, yeah, because he's not helping me at all. Oh, wait, no, they opened it up. Wait.
I've got your trail.
Spike planted.
You and me.
One enemy remaining. Last player
Bro,
standing.
peek Cypher.
Why are these guys toxic? I get, okay. Every right to be toxic because some of these... Yeah, we're turning off voice chat for this one.
Spike defused.
You know what? Not worth my time. Like, occasionally they're chill, occasionally they're funny.
Where will they go this time?
These guys just sound annoying. I'm glad this is just a practice round. You know what? I think I'm gonna just do a crazy push.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Spike spotted A. End of story.
We know more than we did before. Let's use that.
Reloading.
Had to say it. I had to say it. Anyways, let's go back to it. They're like really heavy on the mid. Maybe I should like just...
Bury their sky.
I don't know if I can get anywhere with the mid.
Spike down mid. One enemy remaining.
Spike spotted mid.
Their lives are so meaningless. Might as well give them to me.
I don't know if they're gonna keep doing mid. I feel like they're gonna start being like, it's not worth our time. I don't know. I don't know how much they're gonna like adapt. Because they've kind of lost a mid push a couple times in a row and they're still going at it. Yep, they're back in mid. Oh.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
How sad. you're just like everyone else.
Oh yeah. It's so like for me, it's frustrating playing with people like not in a ranked game, and like who I know are weird over voice chat. Hello, Dark Knight. How's it going? I believe you're on YouTube, so I can't see your chat directly, but I can see it on my stream. How's it going? It's weird because I can only see your chat on my little Streamlabs window here and not like in the chat there. Sorry, I know it's a bit of a meta discussion. I do have an ult. Hey, I got one. Honestly, maybe I should just put it on the YouTube on my phone because I might actually make this better. Anywho.
Planted. One enemy remaining.
But yeah, no, I'm just tired. I believe you're new to the stream, so I'm just out of school. Finished my semester.
Last player standing.
So I'm kind of just relaxing. I got some stuff I want to do. I had plans today for other stuff, for working on code and everything else, but I guess we're playing Valorant right now. Man, this Reyna's having a blast.
Have any patterns emerged yet?
Kind of want to play op, but I don't know. No, not with this enemy team.
Reloading.
I feel like this enemy team is kind of just
Man, this Reyna's having a blast.
Oops, Daisy.
Spike down mid.
They're always mid.
Spike down A.
Coming through!
One enemy remaining.
I'm so stressed right now. Winter break is good. Winter break is good. Oh, are you? What? Okay. I distracted myself there. Nice head tap by the Reyna. But yeah, no, winter break is great.
Prepare yourselves.
It was a rough semester. Like, I'm telling you, it was arguably my worst semester in school in a long time. I'm pursuing my master's in AI right now at Kent State University. And I swear, these classes, not all the classes, one class, the teacher was like trying to fail me for no reason. I was like the one person in his class who was actually doing good work. And he was trying to...
It's you and me.
Last player standing.
Wow, they really wiped us this game, or this round. Like, okay, so an example is... So actually the big example is, they had me do this final project, right? And this final project was... Essentially, they wanted us to just do something based on what we learned in the class. So they wanted us to kind of like implement an AI algorithm or something. And I had a project I was working on already for another class, which was I made a game, a card game, and I wanted to essentially create that card game in like an in like code format, in virtual format, and for the other class to make an API for it. Oh, you used to watch my old game coding streams? That's pretty cool. Well, now you're getting to watch me play. I think then you're a more recent viewer, because I used to play games more than I made games. Whatever. Give me an eye twitch. But
Spike planted.
whoops-a-daisy.
I've got your trail.
But yeah, so
Standing.
back to my story. So I was trying to implement my game in code.
Need a drop. I'm the last.
Oh, I remember you now. You were in my what was this? What was it? My dungeon crawler game jam. Yeah, the dungeon crawler game jam. I think I remember your name now. I remember your name now. That was like maybe like half a year ago, half a year to maybe like 9 months. I don't want to say. I don't think it was longer than that. I could be wrong though. I'm gonna look back and be like, oh yeah, a year and a half ago, and I'll be like, whoa. Probably not though. I doubt it.
Okay, let's get set up.
Healing you. Gotta go.
Last player
Yikes. It was in March. So like, oh, like 9 months, like 8 months.
I want their life, not yours.
I could have killed them both. I'm just really out of sorts right now. My aim has never been worse. But yeah. But okay, so back to my story. I keep like, back to my story. Oh, forget about it.
I'm out of here. Keep it up. Eyes down. Gotta go.
Spike down A.
Alice. I got Spike. Go, go, go.
One enemy remaining.
Almost out.
Okay. So I was doing this project, card game. I was told I must have a group. They forced me to have a group, which is in all my projects in any school has always been a problem because I always have the worst lucks. Lux? I keep saying lux. The worst luck when it came to getting a group. So they gave me this group, and they're not really helping a whole lot, but you know, I'm not really expecting a whole lot. You know, if I'm in a group, I'll give them tasks, I'll explain the project. If they volunteer for extra work, that's awesome. I'm not going to expect it.
Here.
One enemy remaining.
So I'm giving these guys stuff for my project, and
I know. What
immediately they're not really doing a whole lot. Fine. That's totally fine. Like a day before we need to like present something or like talk about a project to the teacher. I'm like, okay guys, I need you guys to sit down, look at what I've worked on so far so we can actually talk to the teacher and everything else. And they start sending me things in the Discord and everything that was clearly ChatGPT. Clearly. Not even like remotely close to something that was like, that made sense. And one of them, like literally I asked him, hey,
blocking sight.
could you start working on like the final report or just like put some of the bare minimum details for the final report? Even that they use ChatGPT for. Oh, get aim! Okay, but
I suggest you move.
Pathetic. You disappoint me.
But okay, so these guys using ChatGPT and everything, whatever. I sit down like, hey, memorize this, be able to explain this very well, because if you don't explain this very well, he'll know you didn't do anything. Yeah, it is a thing nowadays. It's to be expected. But you know, it was really frustrating. And they genuinely could not stop using ChatGPT, or like it could not learn what I was trying to teach them. They couldn't like memorize. I just need them to understand a very basic concept. They couldn't get it. And then, you know, I'm trying to not fail these guys. I'm not trying to like throw these guys under the bus. So I essentially try to like help out during the talking to the teacher and everything, like give them as much credit as I possibly can give them and like kind of have them say a couple words and like, you know, try to like when a teacher comes to me and asks like, oh, so what about this? I would like try to like, you know, cover for them. But it was like near impossible. And the teacher was like, I think he was like giving us a hard time in the first place. And
It's
they
you and me.
Hundred and five on. I can't talk. Anyways,
On hiding.
Last player standing. Spike down B.
so they were doing it for both. They were doing it for both the code and the paper. Like in the PowerPoint, they didn't have to like come up with anything. They could have literally copied and pasted from resources I've already given them. And I gave them so many. I literally, they could have just taken what I did, read a quick explanation thing, code a bare minimum amount, and say they did something to the teacher. You know? Because I don't think the teacher was trying that hard to like, I don't think he knew what we were coding. You know, he had to kind of go after whatever we said. So if they had a bare bones understanding,
Sky's fallen.
Spike down A.
Kill. I'm out of here.
Last player standing.
I don't know how tagged these people are.
One enemy remaining.
That's three. My ult's ready. Here we go. I got Spike. Running low.
30 seconds left.
Okay, I think I got this. Sorry, I gotta lock in for just a single moment before I can talk about the code and everything else again.
I
Attackers
faced
win.
worse. What did I say? Don't mess with me.
Okay, that was worth. But anyways. I didn't do that great, but I also haven't played in forever, so honestly, I'll give myself an 814. Worth. Very worth. Also on Breeze. Breeze, is it Breeze? I forget what it's called. On that map, no, it's Harb, not Harb. Whatever it's called. Clap, clap. Slow claps. But the thing is, so on this paper, so they didn't do any work. They had to use ChatGPT, and the teacher was like, he started being like, I will give you a bag. I will, you know, fail you too if you cover for these people. And you know, I'm gonna try my hardest to like talk to these people. One person goes MIA, literally finals week. We need this submitted. MIA, not non-existent communication. The other person, like, I keep telling him, don't use ChatGPT, and then he keeps coming back with something that's clearly ChatGPT, and I keep trying to repeat I don't like, listen, this teacher is I mean, in another class, if it wasn't like, you know, if this wasn't a problem, I would be, you know, whatever. But right now, the teacher's clearly notices you not knowing what you're talking about. Stop using that because that's a problem. And he wouldn't stop. So now I went to the teacher like, hey, please do something about this, because I get that you don't like me covering for them, but you're giving me no choice. So now it's up to you because I've done all I could. And in the end, he split up the group. I had to finish it my own. So I finished the project, right? So I pull two all-nighters actually. Two all-nighters. I code 2,000 lines of code. 2,000 lines of code. And literally the last stretch, it was like 6 hours the day before the presentation. And I'm cruising. Like I'm telling you, like I'm writing 400, 500 lines of code, no testing. And it's like down to the wire. And guess what? I run it and it works as expected. Literally, I felt godly. Like when I say like the high you get from writing a lot of code and it actually works first try, incredible.
Let's go.
And I did it. I got it working. And then I presented to the teacher. I'm like, hey, I did it. I managed to get this to work. And also, a quick note. In the presentation, the teacher, we were not able to get convergence, which is a fine result. Let me repeat, that is okay. If you do everything right and you don't get convergence, there's a bunch of factors that can cause that. And I feel like for a final project, not getting it and being able to explain it, that is better than getting convergence but not being able to explain it. You know, that's just my take. But the teacher was like, I want convergence. I want to see that number rising. And I was like, okay. And I get it to rise. I get it to converge. And it's doing everything right. And I'm using this fun algorithm that's called local search. I'm using a evaluation function. But okay, day of the presentation, like a couple days before like classes are over. And I'm telling you, I'm in this meeting and I'm like showing the teacher all these lines of code, 2,000 lines of code, convergence, everything's working. Beautiful software, in my opinion. Honestly, the code looked like trash, but to me, because it works, beautiful software. And I'm explaining to him how every line works, just in exquisite detail, talking about all the concepts that were being used and everything. And the guy, this teacher, tells me this isn't AI. And I'm like, what do you mean this isn't AI? I'm using... I mean, there's obviously, okay, I know there's hidden, actually, I can tell you there's hidden bugs, but for the sake of the class, he's not going to check the code, like, on that level. It worked for all intents and purposes. But this guy, this teacher, was like, this is not AI. This is deterministic code. And I was like, no, you're wrong. This is AI. And he's like, no, you're wrong. And I was like, I know my code and I know your class. I am like one of your best students. I did this right.
There they are.
Oh. And so essentially I spend an hour, I'm not exaggerating, it was literally more than an hour, debating my teacher, trying, I mean, it wasn't a neural net, it was a, just a local search, like a decision tree, local search. Like, it wasn't a complicated AI. I'm not going to claim that's like the most beautiful AI ever written, but it was most certainly an AI
Last player standing.
Whoops a daisy. But yeah, so it was something we learned in class, and I implemented it perfectly. And the teacher is telling me this is not AI. And I'm like, okay, in class, you gave us the example of N queens. And he's like, yes, I gave you N queens example. And he was trying to argue with me about my game. He was already trying to argue with me about how my thing was not equivalent to N queen. I'm like, no, we're going to ignore that. In N queens, you look at different decisions, you apply an evaluation, you back propagate the decision down the decision tree about the best possible path. Or if you have two players, you can have like, alpha beta pruning and everything else.
Revealing area. Enemy spotted A. Our spike carrier is dead.
Spike down B.
I got the spike.
Last player standing.
This is not fun. I'm not having a good time.
Thirty seconds left.
Spike planted.
I hate the flashes! Nothing but flashes in this game. Okay, but I'm like explaining to him how... No. His argument was that in order for me to process each action, I had to essentially do a bunch of processing on the game state space. And it was like 20, 30 lines of code per action type, because there's like 2 different action types, and there's a bunch of like, there was deterministic elements in doing that. Because like I had to check, is a player dead? Is this working? Is that working? And his argument was that, oh, it looks too deterministic. Like you're not like actually evaluating or like using an AI. I think he's leaving. Oh! And we need to play for picks, I think. We're getting on site. It's not... We're just not getting the spike on site.
Joke's over. You're dead.
What even is that? Oh, is that the... Oh, the new champion.
Last player standing. Spike down B.
My ult ready.
Thirty seconds left. One enemy remaining.
He freaked out. But yeah, so his argument was that there was so many like if statements and other stuff. He thought it was just like a pure like algorithmic, like non-AI, like a standard algorithmic process that I was doing to determine the next move. When I was actually like, you know, doing like looking down a certain depth and looking for the best heuristic and or not heuristic, the best evaluation function and doing all this other work. Like literally it was so bad to the point where he was like,
You want to play? Let's play.
Spike down A.
Our spike carrier is killed.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
but yeah. So he was trying to argue, like I was telling him, yeah, I have an evaluation function. Like, where is it? Okay, here it is. You're trying to get a scalar value to determine, you know, whether or not your how good your position is. Like, yes, that's what I'm doing. Here are the stuff I'm studying. Here is the integer that is the scalar value, and here's how I use it. And the guy just wouldn't listen to me. I had to raise my voice. Like, I don't think you guys ever heard me raise my voice, but I was like pretty much like, no, stop. You like he was trying to close the call and say he was gonna give me a 0 and then like, you know, have me do the over the winter break or something. Or I don't even know you. I think they're trying to fail me, honestly. Like, quite frankly, I don't think I would have failed the class even if I got a 0, but I think he was trying to. And then like after I explained to him how, you know, I was right. Fucking.
Spike down A.
Cutting their vision.
I have the spike.
Reloading.
But yeah, after like an argument, he was like, okay, change the variable name so it's more clear what you're doing or something like that. Which, and he, like he said it would be like a 90%. I don't think you guys can hear me over this.
Spike planted. My ultimate.
Last player standing.
They saw her. Yeah, not much I can do there. Yeah, I will say, trying to argue that what I was doing, you could, or you can hear me over the game. Okay, I can't hear myself over the game. I'm just telling you, like, when I'm talking and the game is like shoot, 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 bang, 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 bang. Like, I'm literally like trying to hear myself speak and think, and I can't because there's just too many noises. But yeah, But yeah, okay, so back to what happened. So he was like, you gotta change your variable names. He said he'll give me 90% on my assignment, and he'll give me 10% if he gave me the variable names. And he also had us write a full like paper on the thing. I can even, it's in my Discord actually, I think, the paper I used. Kind of want to do like a fun little thing.
Enemy defender is fine.
Joke's over! You're dead! Enemy spotted mid.
What's that guy doing? Why is he bunkering down? Oh, shoot. But yeah, so the teacher... Yikes. I shouldn't have went that slowly, especially when I didn't really have any good vision. It was like a 2v4.
Hurt me.
That was on me.
It's mine. And I will kill to the
Should I try the outlaw? How's it? Well, I'll try it out. But yeah, so the teacher was like, I'll give you a 90%, you get additional 10% if you change the variable names. I changed the variable name because like whatever, you know, 5 lines of code. And that's literally what he was asking me to change. For 10% of my grade, which I feel like is ridiculous. I don't like that. Okay. But I'm glad this is unranked. Ken's here! Woo! I'm playing Valorant because my original plans went down. But yeah, so what happened was I wrote a full paper. So full paper explaining everything. And then on that part of the grade, he does this thing where he tries to argue he's like, I want you to do a PowerPoint too, which by the way, nowhere listed. He said a presentation. I did the presentation. He said it was no PowerPoint. He said he wanted a PowerPoint too, and because there was no PowerPoint, he took off 60% of the presentation part of the grade. So 90% on my coding, which was already good. He took off points for variable names. He gave me a 40% for presentation. He took off 60% for not having a PowerPoint he didn't even ask for us to do. And then on top of all that, so the thing is, at this point I was like, I think I might not get an A. I might just like get a B or something because he's just taking off points wherever he physically can. Even though I did excellent work in a one-man team.
Spike down B.
Spike carrier is killed.
Last player standing.
I got the spike.
Oh, I don't know how that person's abilities work.
Deep breaths, everyone. Your hearts are pounding.
Why are we surrendering in an unranked game? Should I surrender? I'll let my team decide if they want to surrender. If all 4 of them say yes, I think I'll let them. I mean, obviously I have to let them. I'm not gonna support this. Okay. They wanted to surrender.
Defenders win.
But yeah. So this teacher was taking off all these points, and I was like, I might not be getting an A in this course. And I was like, you know, I put so much effort. Like again, 2,000 lines of code is not a laughing matter. especially in finals week when I should have been studying for every class. And, like literally that class was, if not a full-time job, definitely a part-time job. And I think personally, that is unacceptable for a class. Expecting a student who could be having a job and has other classes, could be, some students have families, like literally expecting somebody to put that many hours into your class, like that much work, that's unacceptable, which I think is ridiculous. Because he was like, on top of that final project, he also had a coding assignment that was ridiculous. He also had a final exam, which a final project, a coding project, a final exam, and a final homework, all within the span of like a week and a half. That was finals week. Unacceptable. I personally think that is ridiculous. And so he made us do all that. And I did all this. I did all these things. I took the final exam. I submitted all the homeworks, everything else. And he's taking up all these points. I'm literally watching him like cutting into my grade. And then he pulls the course from the online portal. He pulls the course, and literally on the website where we can see our grades and stuff, I cannot see my course. And I've never seen that happen before. I've never seen the course just vanish. It just was non-existent. And I was like, what's going on? I didn't know if he was like, yeah, it was like last week, and he was like, do all these things when you have other finals and other final projects to work on. It was like a week and a half. Maybe it was like 2 weeks, but like 2 weeks. And again, we had time to work on it before, but it wasn't like a whole lot of time. And again, we worked in other classes too. And having everything kind of like the last coding assignment, that was like announced in the last two and a half weeks. The last, the final, obviously you study for, because the last material was taught in the last like week. Everything was kind of pretty much like last minute, which again, just ridiculous. And on top of all of that, he's just trying to fail me on this project. He's trying to take off all these points, and he pulls the course. I don't know anything. It's blind. At this point, I'm like, it is what it is. If he gives me an A, that's great. If he doesn't, literally, what am I going to do? Am I going to start emailing him? Where's my course? Where's my grades? It's whatever. Thankfully, like a week later of me stressing, honestly, I kind of like c'est la vide, but I was still stressing a little bit before I was able to let it go and be like, you know what, it is what it is. A week later, I found I got an A. So I got that A. I got it. But I still think that course is ridiculous. I still think, like, quite frankly, from like a purely like time for like a college kid is money. I could have had a job outside of, like, I had a job actually in the last last month or so. I had a job, and I could have held that job for a little bit longer if this teacher didn't make me do this much work. Didn't make me pick up another job. That's how the class felt. It felt like another job. Like some days I essentially woke up, started working on this project, and I fell asleep still working on the project, Like that's how crazy this class was. And none of my other classes were like that. And I'm thankful. If I had 2 classes like that, game over. I would not have been able to like get A's. But the other classes were a bit better. Actually, I got another funny story. If you guys want to hear my stories from the semester, one of the pros. Okay, I'm to make a hat off because I'm starting to. I'll explain the story behind that in a second. But one of the pros, I think, of me taking a break from streaming and focusing on school is I get to tell you all these really fun stories about me being in school now. That I feel like being able to tell like little anecdotes about stuff that happens outside of stream is I think that's better content than me being like, let me talk about how Valorant gameplay works for the millionth time. But anyways, I'll start another game while we're talking. So in another one of my classes, so this class, no issue with it. Teacher was great, very little homework. Honestly, the fact that it was very little homework, cherry on top. But the teacher was nice, great. His things were actually like interesting. It wasn't complicated. None of my classes were complicated, but it was more interesting than the other classes, I'd say. I think it was more intellectually stimulating than the other classes, because the other class, the AI class, I already pretty much knew everything.
Match found.
And my database class, that was interesting, but more from like a curious about what people do in the industry and like what other ways of doing something is, not really like a learning something new kind of deal, like something fresh. I'll just lock in, whatever. This is unrated, I don't care.
Let's go.
Also, I'll put on voice chat just in case these people are not horrible. But yeah, so also you guys can see the game. Hey, Cosmical Sounds. Been a long. How's everything going? Well, we're playing some games, talking about school because that's over for me now. Just telling fun stories. Drinking Red Bull and lemonade. But great seeing you. I don't really recognize your name, and that might just be because I'm so out of it and my memory's so bad that I forget your name. But if you could remind me from what era of streaming you watched me, whether it was honestly everyone on YouTube, I'm pretty sure came from my game dev streams. I think like 99% of my YouTube audience came from like the Dungeon Crawler Game Jam. That was like huge for this channel. But anyways, okay. So class, the algorithmic robotics class, no issue with it. Teacher was great. He was a TA, so he wasn't really a teacher. He was just a student who just, was teaching us cool things, and that was awesome. And class was really fun. I was honestly in that class, I was the most engaged out of all my classes. I usually do a lot of coding. That's true. I will say, me doing a lot of coding is...
Match found.
Well, the coding thing is actually relatively new for my channel. Like, I used to, like, my first year or two of streaming was, like, purely, like, Valorant. Honestly, a big part of my Twitch audience is from Valorant, which I think might be part of the reason why I'm losing Twitch followers right now, because I feel like they're going in, they're seeing me do something completely different, and they're like, wait, this isn't a Valorant streamer, and they're like, okay, I don't want to watch this anymore. But yeah. I think me and Ken have talked about it before, Chris Ball. But in the algorithmic robotics class, so teacher's really chill. I'm doing my good work in this class as always. And the thing is, so he has us do a final presentation. And because of my other class, which we've already talked about in great depth, I am unable to like work on this until the day of. Like literally presentation 2:00. I wake up at like 7 and I start working on it. It was like, I have 7 hours to make this work. Let's go. So I wake up, I start coding this thing, and not even coding it. What am I talking about? Not coding. I start reading through the papers. And the first roadblock I hit is we were given 3 papers to write a presentation on. So I think his initial thing was like, read 3 papers and kind of explain them all lightly. 2 of the papers he gave me are paywalled. I cannot access 2 of the papers he gave me. So right off the bat, kind of screwed, because I'm like, okay, so I can't do 2 of the things he wants me to do. Then on top of 2 papers being paywalled, again, I have very little time. So I'm like, you know what? He wants to make a presentation. I'm going to read this paper. And this is like a 12-page paper. Hey, Def and Default. So I'm reading through this 12-page paper, and it takes me like 2 or 3 hours to read it. And I also like, I live pretty far away from campus. So on top of all of this, I need to drive. So I need to kind of account for that as well. But eventually...
Why did that do that for my HP?
Enemy kill.
Like, unnecessary.
Reloading.
Okay, this guy already sounds annoying. I think I've had better experiences
Enemy remaining.
in ranked than I've been having in unranked.
Last player standing.
Oh god. Oh god.
You got Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Show them their place.
That felt pretty good. But okay, so like in 3 hours, I get it. I got a couple, like I need like an hour or two to like write something down quickly. So I like my slides are pretty much bullet points. I'm like, I'm gonna.
You're so rich, bro.
Shut
I'm
up,
g-
faggot.
Okay,
All I
we're
did was call you rich, bro.
turning that off.
Last player standing.
But yeah, so
Que yo, la máquina de muerte.
you know what? Maybe we're not gonna have voice chat on for us this game, probably. Am I good at Valorant? Not really. I haven't played in forever. I used to be pretty decent. I'd say, but now I'm like kind of meh.
Even fight?
Also, like I'm playing on like 6 inches of mouse pad right now, so not helping. The title of the paper? The title of the paper was like something about Wait, give me 1 second. I'm gonna tell you guys in the
Last player standing.
Ah! Oh. So, funny story. Well, not really funny story. It's a pun. I always play with a judge. So this weapon here is called a judge. It's a shotgun that I always play with. And I like saying when I achieve great heights with a judge, I like saying, sorry for judging you so harshly. Hence the title. I'm going to... But yeah, I'll find the paper name. Latency is not a problem on Twitch, so I switched.
Spike down A.
Get out of my way!
No peeking.
Last player standing.
Oh!
One enemy remaining.
I got the spike.
But yeah, no, chat is definitely better on Twitch. I think... Woof. Big goof right there. Can do a showcase of me and my card game. Yeah, we can talk about the card game. Honestly, I'll talk about the card game after this game. We'll talk about it. I'd love to explain to you guys the card game. Or teach you guys the card game. Actually, the initial plan for this stream was for me to edit the tutorial video of my card game. That did not end up happening. Mainly because, actually I was trying to edit another video and I was trying to get the files over and my iPhone captured them all as .mov. Kind of stressed right now.
Spike down B.
Grounded. My ult's ready.
One enemy remaining.
And now that is where we say sorry for judging you so harshly. hence the title of the stream. I can't put a semicolon anymore. Yeah, no, I'm sorry about that. I got plans for what I'm gonna do on stream soon. I got plans. And I think what I'm gonna do is I kind of want to get better physically, because I'm a twig physically. Can I still add a semicolon? Maybe on a coding stream. He saw them!
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Nice. I'm doing it wrong? I guess I could go like this, and I look a bit better.
To play as a team.
But like, I'm telling you, I am mostly a twig. And one thing I'm planning on doing is maybe adding something. Oh, the wall peeking. Add flex. Add flex routine. Yeah, like whoa. No. I'm more thinking of like working out and stuff. Or like maybe like adding stuff to the stream where like I need to like do something physical. Because I feel like I sit down a lot. So maybe I should like fix that. Maybe. Whoop, it's a daisy.
Spike down mid. Last player standing.
That was kind of wild. That just felt it so fast. Add a flex redeem? Yeah, okay, I'll add a flex redeem. I'll add it for the viewers. But yeah, so okay, going back to my story. So I read a paper and I get a pretty good idea of how it works. Oh, that's... Okay. Oh, you're working... Okay, so Defin defaults like working on a tutorial for his game, and he has bugs right now. But I'll take a look at what we've got so far. I can give you some advice, I suppose. But anyways, so in my
Spike down B.
I have the spike.
oof, that was
One
close.
enemy remaining.
But in it, because I get a pretty good idea what the paper is doing, so I write a quick like PowerPoint that is pretty much just a summary that I want to like talk about. And very little information on slides. Like it was like everybody else's like slides and stuff were like a lot of images and stuff that wasn't really like
10 seconds left.
it's like not a whole lot of actual content in the slides of the other people's papers. Ooh. But like in mine, you know, I'm just like my paper was about essentially how can multiple agents on a map find each other so they can communicate when they're on the same node and they can travel, and then they find out they learn from each other, and then they try to group them all into a single node. And that was my paper. I learned how they did it. I learned the process that they were doing. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna put some bullet points down of the general stuff I need to explain or teach to really explain this paper. And I was like, everything else I'm gonna draw and I'm gonna talk about. No more, like my slides are gonna be no images, no colors, just a very basic format.
You want to play? Let's play.
Whoops daisy.
Dropping smoke.
So I get to the presentation, and the guy before me on the presentation,
Reloading.
I know I sound mean when I say stuff like this, but I'm just telling you objectively, it did not feel like this guy read his own paper. Did not feel like he understood it, or he could not answer simple questions about it.
Our spike's down.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
And his paper is like the main paper he was talking about was about like tracking animals and an ecosystem using collars and like these drones with receivers across a certain area, and they would collect the data and collect how the animals are moving and general population trends, etc. So his paper was about that, and he I think he read the abstract of his paper, nothing more. Remembered one line that was just talking about these collars and the receivers and the drones. And then no matter what the teacher asked, he could be like, so how did they handle difficulties? Or what difficulties did they encounter in the environment? And the guy would just repeat about the drones and the collars and...
Spike down B.
Let's get our knives out.
One down. Our spike carrier is killed.
Spike down B.
Wingman's planting.
Spike sticking. Thanks, little man.
Right
Drop
there.
in a smoke.
Okay, gotta lock in a little bit.
Enemy B.
One enemy remaining.
Call out sick next time, yeah?
Woo! Okay,
That's true. Good advice.
shut it up. I'm not feeling up. But so the guy in front of me, he had a bunch of images, but his slides were essentially saying the same thing about the drones and the UAVs and everything else. No new information. Just as a whole, very uninspiring presentation. So this goes on for like half an hour, 40 minutes, however long he need to present for.
Still in sight.
Get out of my way.
I got the spike. My ult's ready.
One enemy remaining.
Crash is ready.
No way.
Woo! Okay.
Last round in the half.
Either spend all your money or give it to me.
But so I get up, and the first thing I say is that, hey, 2 of the papers he gave me were paywalled. I couldn't do them. And the teacher seemed pretty upset about it. Not like upset, like angry, but he was like disappointed. And he was like, you could have emailed me, you could have told me. I didn't want to tell him that I started the paper, reading the paper day of, because I thought that would have been like a very bad look.
Target down.
Back like I never left.
Oh!
Spike down mid. Last player standing.
But anyways, I was like, yeah, you know, I started a little bit late, so that's why I couldn't email you before about my issues with this.
Switching sides.
And he's like, okay. And he had this projector, like the board for the projector up with like, you know, that we could like project the slides onto. And the first thing I was doing was like, I'm pulling this up. I'm drawing. So, and the teacher like stands at me trying to pull it back down. And he's like, what are you doing? Why are you pulling this up? You need this to present your slides. And I was like, I'm drawing on the board. I don't want that in my way. And he's like, oh, okay. And he kind of went back to down. He's really happy. Like, okay, I like that. So then I'm like, let's talk about, I clap. I don't want to clap too loud. I don't want to break your eardrums. But I'm like, we're going to be talking about how agents can find each other in an uncertain state space.
Spike down B.
Enemy spotted B. Right here.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Ah!
Find the weakest link.
I was hoping to get a little closer before the other jet came, but shame. I didn't know they were that low. If I knew they were that low, I would have killed them beforehand and probably gotten more space. But okay, so I'm starting out like, today we're gonna be talking about the state space. Am I like, you know, high energy, high octane streamer? Actually, less streamer, more like YouTube short voice. Like literally the voice I use for like my content. I'm like, I start like.
Spike down A.
Get some space.
Reload him.
One enemy remaining.
Woo! I got a vandal for the guy.
Just let them try.
Oh, I didn't get the vandal. Sorry for judging you so harshly. Ah! Ah. Unfortunate. But so I started talking about a paper, and I'm like, I got diagrams. I'm talking about the functions that the author is using to talk about the, just to basically have the agents move around. Like they had, and there was one function I forgot, and I'm like, I forget how this thing works. So let me let me talk to you guys about, I'll talk to you guys about this later when it comes up in the algorithm in the states, because at that point I'll remember and I can tell you guys what it's about. And we're talking about the states. I'm like 3 states. I'm like, you know what? This doesn't make any sense. There's too many states. Let's go back. Let's backtrack. Let's talk about how this works in context.
Remaining.
And I was like explaining to them about all this like interesting, like, you know, let's talk about how this works. I had like an analogy. Because again, the paper was about like having agents move in a, move on a map to like find each other and congregate. And the example I gave, the analogy I gave, which I will say was a little bit stretched, but the analogy I gave was, let's talk about a soccer coach trying to wrangle the kids on a soccer team in a crowded mall. So trying to get them all in the same place. But the hallways are crowded, so you can't see them on the paths, and you can only see them when you're in a certain room. So how do you wrangle them all? Whoops-a-daisy. I should have just waited. I really should have just waited.
Look sharp. Come on, let's go. Flash. Sorry, bro.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
My buddy's defusing.
Everybody thank Wingman.
But yeah, so
I got your backs. Just, you know, from the front.
who is 615?
We are actively investigating a theft of proprietary material. Suspect is believed to be male in his early 20s.
I'm so confused.
Anyone with information, please contact our investigation team.
I don't know what's going on in the team. Like they're like trash talking our least, our weakest player for some reason. I don't get it. I'm gonna wait here.
That's done. Someone's there. Someone's A.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Their killjoy's an easy kill. But yeah, so
I feel bad for the
I start talking about these dates, I'm backtracking, and then at the end of the paper, I'm like, you know what? I didn't even see that algorithm at all. I forget where it was used. Let's look at the paper really fast, pull up the paper. I look, if I find the algorithm, I see it's listed nowhere else in the paper. I was like, oh, so in fact, I was actually right. The algorithm wasn't listed anywhere else, so that's why I forgot and didn't know what it was about, etc. And the teacher, he's like, wow, I wish all my students had presentations as energetic and as well-informed and, you know, as educative and everything else as yours, and clearly put time and effort into this. And he was like heaping the praises.
Like I never left.
That is terrifying. Holy. That's like a banshee.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
What are they doing? I'm so lost.
You man ready for a light show?
But yeah, so he's like heaping the praises on my presentation. He's like, this was, I wish all my students had this presentation and everything else. And the student after me, because I wasn't the last person presenting that day, they were like having a mini panic attack. They were like, oh my God, I'm after that guy. And the teacher like starts like trying to calm the student down because he's like, no, don't worry. You don't have to be. Have I done the card review? You gotta explain what you mean by that. But he was like, don't worry, you don't have to be like Andre. He's going for his PhD. He's don't have to worry about that. Not here. What? Oh.
One enemy remaining.
One judge KO. But yeah.
Match point.
Their head is in the guillotina. Now pull.
Should I? They're gonna go be the. I keep. No. Watch them go the other side the one time I switch. That'll be so annoying, honestly. They're on D. What?
Spike down A.
What do you mean?
One enemy remaining. Defenders win.
Yeah, so talk about the card game. I'll talk about the card game. So, a card review for my card game. Yeah, we can talk about it right now. I'll let's take a small breather from Valorant because I feel like I struggling to multitask with Valorant and stuff. Maybe I can like move this webcam down to kind of like show you guys this a bit better. Let's make some room. I can like do like this. Move this like here, and then we can like move stuff out of the way because it's a bit of a mess. And I gotta clean up my office a bit better because I'm not great at organizing stuff. Okay. Let's like move. You know what? Whatever. I'm not. I was gonna like try to like show my desk or something. I don't think that's possible. You know what? Let's go back. Just do this, and I'll just show the cards. It's over here. 1 second. This is Hidden Marks. It's a card game where it plays assassins trying to eliminate each other. And so this card game, by the way, I feel like anybody from a Valorant game who I just played, if I plug the Twitch, is going to come to this chat and be like, why am I watching an ad for this card game? You know, what's even happening? But anyways, so this is Hidden Marks. And it's a 2 to 4 player game. It lasts around 20 minutes. Normally it takes a little bit less, but I'm going to say 20 minutes. And it's sort of like, I'd say it's talking about assassins killing each other, so it's 13 plus, but you know, I don't think it's really an issue. It's more like a, generally speaking, I would have a harder time telling like a kid under 13, let's talk about assassins killing each other. It's not like it has like gory stuff or anything else. It's pretty simple. But anyways, let's open the box. Let's talk about the Hidden Marks. So there are 2 kinds of cards in the box, other than like the rule book and the product, like the QR codes and stuff like that. So the cards themselves, there are stuff called marks, and these are the marks. The marks are clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds, and joker. And they look on the back like this. This is the back of the Hidden Marks. Nice little display of all of them. And these are identities. So basically these are dealt at the beginning of the game to each player. There's one extra one in the center. And they act like identities for all the players so that there's ways to kill people based on what cards they have in their, like, what identity they have later. Okay, I'm putting my hat on. Then we also have the cards. These are the cards. These are what you use to like do stuff in the game. And you start with 3 of these in your hand. For example, this is Gold Digger, Arson, and Insomnia. And cards are both currency and card effect. So essentially, cards can be sacrificed to get money. And the value in the bank is based on the color, but also there are these little pips on the back. So you see the white has 1, blue has 2, red has 3. The pips on the back and on the front, so you see those pips on the front as well. Those tell you how much it's worth in the bank. So on your turn, you get 3 actions. An action means draw a card, bank a card, or use a card effect. So drawing a card, take a card from the draw pile into your hand. Banking a card means take any card from your hand, you can put it down, it's now money. Playing a card means you spend money from your bank, you discard those cards to play a card in your hand. So this card, for instance, costs 10. You can see that value up here. So you got to pay 10 from your bank to play this card effect. And this card says, kill a player with 5. Kill a player with 5+ cards in their bank. So you can play this. So let's say someone has 5 cards in their bank. You can play this. You have 10 in your bank. Spend that money. Kill that player. That's how that works. You have other cards like Arson, Daisy. There's a bunch of different cards. There's like 22 different cards effects. This is a 5 cost. Discard all cards from any player's bank. Or Insomnia, do 3 more actions, etc. So essentially, you can use these cards to do stuff in the game. Now, there's 2 exceptions. There are the reactive cards and there are the bounties. So reactive cards are cards that are played in reaction to another card effect. So for instance, a big one is Snub. Snub can prevent a non-lethal card effect. So essentially, if someone wants to do something, you can say, no, I'm snubbing you, and they pay 5, it never doesn't happen. It can be done off their turn. It does not cost any action, doesn't add an action to your enemy or yourself or anything like that. It costs 5 from your bank. This one does. So you still got to pay the money. It does whatever the card says to do. In this case, prevent a non-lethal card effect. The other exception to the general rules are the bounties. So the bounties are cards that are a free, so it's a 0 cost, draw 3 card. So the first thing you do is you draw 3. Once you play it, though, it stays on the table. And 1 round after you play it, a bounty becomes an open bounty, meaning anybody can accuse anybody of having that mark. So this is a club. This is the club's bounty. And if you accuse somebody with an open bounty of being clubs, they die. And you're right. You reveal who they are. If you're right, they die. If you're wrong, you die. So essentially, if you're wrong, you die instead, and they get your unrevealed mark, and you die and you take their revealed mark. You might be wondering, so how do I know who they are? There are cards like Unmasked and Revenge that let you peek at opponents' marks, block, mark, peek, swap them around. Basically, there are ways to actually figure out and gain intelligence on the identities in the game, and then you can use that intelligence to use bounties to kill their respective players. So that is how bounties work. And if you think you're something at any point after a bounty is played, even before it's an open bounty, you can pay 5 on your turn as an action, and it goes away. So if you think you're clubs in that example, and that is an open bounty, you can be like, oh, I don't want that there anymore. I pay 5, and it's no longer a problem. That's how bounty works. The only 2 other rules you should know is, so when you kill a player, so if there's a kill, so not if you're wrong and you die, that's not a kill, but if you actively participate in a kill of another player, you get 2 additional actions, and you get 2 of their highest value cards into your bank. So if they have like a red card in their hand and a blue card in their bank, and all the rest of the cards are white, you can take the red card and the blue card, and you can put those into your bank, and you get 2 additional actions. All the rest of their cards are discarded, and their identity, if it isn't already revealed, gets revealed. And they're out of the game. So obviously, the last man standing wins. And the last rule is the last person to draw a card must accuse another player. So same idea as a bounty, except you don't need to use a bounty. You can have no bounties, all the bounties, etc. You're not using a bounty. It's separate. You can accuse anybody of being anything, and if you're right, they die. If you're wrong, you die. Same rules. And then the deck gets shuffled, and you start over with the remaining players until one player remains, and that's the end of the game. So that is Hidden Marks. It's like I'd say it's a combination of a hidden identity. It's a card management game. It has like a little bit of that Magic the Gathering flair to it with money and the currency system. I'd say that it has a bit of that Monopoly deal vibe with management and everything else. So that's kind of how, and yeah, there's a bunch of other games I would compare it to, like Werewolf and so on. I'd say that it's comparable to that. And that's Hidden Marks. That's the game I invented, and I've spent the last 5 years working on. And just like a little bit look at art. So here's how the white card back looks like. This is how the blue card back looks like. Come on. Cheap webcam, you can do it. You can focus. Come on, cheap webcam. There's no face and okay, wait. I'll just go like this and come on, refocus. And it's refusing to focus, whatever. And then the red cards. This is how red cards look like. There you go. But yeah, that's Hidden Marks, and it's a card game I've been working for 5 years now. It's released. You can buy it now. It's on Amazon. I've been meaning to put a link on my Twitch and everything else. I haven't done that yet. You can buy it on Amazon. We have a website. You can buy it on our website. I think that's open. Where else can you buy it? I think you can buy it on TikTok Shop as well. Where else have I have it? I think that's all I have actually right now. So Amazon, it's called Hidden Marks. You can look up Hidden Marks card game. You should be able to find it if you're interested in playing it. I am planning on making a web version, and I'm also planning on making one that I can play with chat. That is in the works. I think before that, the easier solution that I'm gonna do before I make like an app and everything else, I'm planning on making a game like in Godot with that. So this might be that project. But before I do that, I might just make, there's something called Tabletop Simulator, which I already have downloaded and everything. I've used it before, which you can basically use to like play card games virtually with people. It's like a 3-dimensional simulator. You can like pick up stuff and play games and everything. And I know how to import the game as an asset into that Tabletop Simulator. So I'm probably just going to make that a thing where people can play the game there. And we can probably make it like on stream where I play against you guys. Hidden Marks. That'd be pretty fun. That's kind of what I want to do. Like just kind of like open table, so anybody can join in, play the game, learn the game, etc. Have a good time. That's I think the next step, and that's what I'll probably do very soon. In fact, I've been telling people I'll be doing that, and I've just been really slow. It's mainly just getting the assets where they need to be. I already have like an attempt at it. I'm gonna try again to make it work, and once it works, you guys can play. And then later, I'll be working on like a Twitch chat version and a web version and an app and everything else. Those are definitely coming. It's probably going to take a little bit longer. Anyways, that's enough about Hidden Marks. That is a topic for, I mean, okay, obviously I can keep talking about it. There's a bunch of stuff I can talk about Hidden Marks. There's 5 years worth of stuff we can talk. I think it's a badly kept secret. I don't think I've mentioned it many times on stream before. So I wouldn't call it like a secret per se, but I definitely have been like trying to keep mum about it. I didn't want to like, I think the main thing is because a lot of the stuff now is very like art intensive. So the design and the rules and the cards and everything else, like there's been 5 editions of this and it's been pretty like a lot of work's been put forward into it. I didn't want to like make too much about it public because I wanted to make sure that no one's gonna like try to make a worse version of our game and try to like sell it out from under us. So that was one thing I've been trying to essentially prevent. I'd say successfully. I'd say that we were able to Can you read my comment, please? I missed a comment. Oh, I didn't see any of your comments, Golden Lotus, for a second until that one. I'm telling you, the chats here, YouTube is so bad for streaming. I'm not even gonna lie. I wish they put more effort into streaming. They could be the best, but they don't care, I don't think.
Match found.
So the core loop. So the core loop in the game is you get 3 actions. And you can use, so for example, I'll give an example of a turn. So I could, on my turn, let's say I don't have many cards in my hand or bank, and I need to like just get more cards. I can draw. I can just draw 3 cards. That's 3 actions. But let's say like on my next turn, I'm like, oh, I need more money. So when we're talking money, essentially I can be like, oh, I'm gonna bank these cards. So I can be like, okay, I'm not gonna use Arson. So let's say I'm gonna just give myself a random bank or a random hand. Let's say this is my hand. I give myself a random hand. And let's say that I'm like, okay, so in my hand, let's see what I got. Let's say I have no bank. Look at my hand. I'm saying I got a blind spot, a Arson.
Cool. Let's go.
Blind spot, an Arson, a backfire, a bounty, and a snub. So I got all these cards. I don't got any bank. So on my turn, I can, let's say I don't, nobody else has a lot of banks. Let's say I don't want like Arson. I can bank Arson. And then backfire, let's say no one else is like having a whole lot of cards in their hands. So I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna bank backfire as well. I want to keep blind spot because I want to be able to block Mark Peaks. And I could be like, so I'm gonna bank these 2 cards and I'll play bounty. So because bounty is a free draw 3, I can play it and I draw 3 more cards. So I'll just draw 3 cards, kind of show that. So I play bounty, that's a free draw 3, and then I end up with this in my bank and these cards in my hand. And that's a pretty good position, I'd say, because I got some lethal cards, I got some blue cards. That is a pretty good hand. And then let's say on my next turn, I say, okay, I have plenty of money. I don't really need blind spot. I'm gonna use snub instead. I got 2 snubs. So I'm gonna just bank blind spot and Arson again. And now I have 8 in the bank. And now I'm in pretty good position to use a killer card if I have to. So the game loop is, it's turn-based. So each player takes a turn, and you get 3 actions per turn. So an action can be used to draw, bank, or use a card effect. So like, I start by, let's say, drawing 3. The next player draws 2, banks 1, and it continues until only one player is, until one player is left.
Enemy spotted A.
Spike down A.
Oh.
Last player standing.
So winning is, it's last player standing. So players can die, and last player alive wins.
Their deadlock knows pain so.
And the core loop is turn-based. You get 3 actions per turn. You keep going until everyone dies. So there are 2 ways. So there's the bounty, which is basically a way that you basically put a bounty on a certain mark. And then if you think someone has a bounty, then you can accuse them. If you're right, they die. So, or you die if you're wrong. So basically that's a way of killing players. And then the other cards, or there are these 6 types of cards that kill players based on how many cards they have in their hand, their bank, or if they have any red cards in their hand. They all cost 10, and they all require a condition. So we can like kill a player with 5+ cards in their hand. And if there's a player like that, you kill them.
player
carrier is
standing.
killed.
Spike down B.
Not great. What is that champion? Hey, Def and Default.
Their teeth will chatter in the cold and dark.
Did not know who that champion is. Vise? Is that new? You know, we'll play Guardian. Kind of feeling like Guardian is the move for this game. You updated a tutorial? That's awesome. Does it make more sense now? Here, that's a long comment. I'm gonna read in a second. Oh! Do you mind trying it out anytime soon? Yeah, I can try it out. Is it update on the?
Barrier created.
Is it update on the itch.io page you shared?
Last player standing.
No. Yeah, if you update it on the itch.io page, I'll take a look at it. Maybe not on this stream because it's already kind of running a little bit late, and I got holiday stuff to do tomorrow.
Flawless.
Make their fear your weapon.
Should I try Outlaw?
Use a gun, whichever.
Kind of feeling Guardian. Oh yeah, no, I was talking to Def and Default was talking as well about Celsin. Okay, I gotta read your comment. So it's like you go by turn. Each turn we get some resources, do some other action like guessing or carding. Eliminate someone equal by. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, my attention is like. I have poor attention Shh. Are you? What the? The Reyna is disconnected. That's fun. But yeah, so you're right. So we go by turn. Each turn we get some resources, do some other action like guessing or carding to eliminate someone, and then yeah, and there's a bunch of card effects. Like there's cards that let you like peek at opponent's marks, swap marks around, get more actions, lose actions, draw more cards. There are cards that destroy people's banks. There are cards that you cut the deck so you can get different cards in the draw pile. There are cards that what else?
Last player standing.
Honestly, wait. I feel like I'm missing something. The cards that kill, obviously. Cards that block card effects. It kind of covers it, actually. So basically, you have all these like various things you can do. They all have different costs, and they're all based on different colors. So like all the red cards are lethal.
Defenders win.
Time to fly.
I have the spike.
Man, talk about weak mental. Yeah, I feel like I was trying to explain it more from like from a teaching. Like if I had to teach you guys the game, that's how I would teach the game. If I had to like explain it from like a very like if I was trying to sell you the game, if I was like, let me sell you Hidden Marks, I probably would be more like Hidden Marks is a game where he plays assassins trying to kill each other. It's turn based, and you have this like these you get cards, you sacrifice cards for money, use that money, play cards, and you try to be the last one standing. So I'd probably sell the game that way. I was trying to like more like do an in-depth explanation of how the game would work. Oh, miss talk about the card game? Yeah, no worries. It's totally fun. So you updated the link. So did you update the so on itch.io you can actually update the game itself. like on like your original game. Like you can update that. Like did you update the game or did you update like give me a new link? But yeah, no. But again, so my explanation before was more of a like, let me teach you my game. Will I play Celsim today? Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna play. That game was really short, and honestly, this was supposed to be a Valorant stream. Just updated. That's good. It's good. I'm just making sure you're doing it the right way. But yeah, I might do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll not start. Maybe I'll start next stream. If I don't know. Maybe I should. I'm kind of just in the mood to like I'm not really like in a in a whatchamacallit, in a what's it called when you like not judge, what's the word, playtest? I'll say playtest. That's not one word I'm looking for, but I'm not really like in a play testing kind of mood right now. I'm kind of in a, when will I stream Godot game dev? Probably soon. I think right now, first time when you're gonna stream 3 a.m. for me, or like right now. Tomorrow I have plans with family, so if I stream tomorrow, it will be earlier. If I stream, I would say don't get your hopes up because I'm probably going to just sleep. And then I'm probably going to sleep until like I gotta go, probably. Oh, today. You're right. So on Christmas Eve, so today, because time is a construct that I'm clearly struggling with right now. Today, I'm probably going to fall asleep, wake up way too late. Or if I wake up early, I might have to get some work done because I've been slacking. I've been slacking so hard. I'm not even going to lie. I've been slacking the worst I've ever been slacking in a long time. So, I might get some work done. I'll do my family stuff. Maybe I'll come back earlier. And maybe either I'll wake up early for no reason and then stream and then have nothing else to do and then stream in the morning, which I'll say is unlikely. Or I come back earlier and I stream tomorrow night, like around this time I've started streaming, which is more likely. Or I'll skip streaming tomorrow. I'd say 10% chance of an early stream, 60% chance of a late stream, and like, not even 60, I'm gonna say 30% chance of a late stream, and like a 60% chance of a no stream. So,
I know that look. I've lost people too.
no matter what, today I'm just not feeling it, but next time, ask me next time you see me. And hopefully, I'm going to update the Discord. I'm going to talk, I think after Christmas and all the festivities are done, I'll be, oh my, is this a new map? This is a new map. Am I defending? I don't like having these edges. That's kind of scary. That's kind of wild.
Here. There.
I don't know how I feel about this map. This map feels very scary to me for some reason. Oh, it's this map. I don't like that. I actually, oh God, no. It's scary from I don't like ledges in Valorant, especially as a champion that has a lot of dashes in their kit.
Here. Okay, time for a break.
It feels very open. Feels like I could die from anywhere. Let's see a Golden Lotus. Should I... What should I do?
Good try.
I'm gonna just judge it. I feel this is probably the worst map for the judge so far. Purely based on just how open. Look how like open the top of it feels. Like this feels like ridiculous.
All right.
Yeah, no, you're YouTube again. That felt good. Yikes.
On my wire.
You have another game I can play? Okay, maybe I will play it. I don't know. I don't want to promise you I'm going to play a game because then I'm probably going to be like,
I must wait a moment.
I'm just kind of just like,
One enemy remaining.
I'm kind of just like in a very like Valorant state of mind right now. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's kind of lazy. I kind of like opened up stream today and was like, well, I can't edit, so I'm gonna just like brain rot with Valorant.
Here.
This was a very like, I don't know. I feel like if I'm playing Valorant, I'm like in a very unbothered mood.
Still in sight.
That should have been it. Okay. No excuse. No excuse. No excuse. That could have been such an easy kill. Yeah, no, on Twitch. So, okay, Twitch is so much better for streaming. Like,
Careful now. They found my
no matter what you do, internet is 90% brain rot. I mean, okay, when I say brain rot, okay, true, you're right. But what I meant by that more is like, I'm like, if I'm playing Valorant, it's because I'm just like, I don't want to think about the game. But yeah, no, Twitch is so much better for streaming, mainly because I think they actually care about streaming. Let me explain. YouTube, YouTube is clearly not, streaming isn't their main thing. You know?
weapon here.
Like on YouTube, their main thing is like long, like medium to long, like 15-minute, 20-minute videos. That's the blood and like the lifeblood of YouTube. Are videos that people watch, are heavily edited, that keep people's attention spans and like make them watch ads. Like, as dumb as it is, that's the moneymaker. That's YouTube. It's tried and true. It works. It's tried and true. It works. It makes them money, and that is what they're known for too.
Where is everyone hiding?
Everything else is secondary to them.
My ultimate isn't ready.
So like stuff like the streaming, I think the streaming
Cage trigger.
was purely done just because they were like, oh, a bunch of our YouTubers are streaming on Twitch,
Sorry.
and I don't like people doing stuff off our platform that we could do ourselves. So let's give them like a very bare minimum streaming platform so that they don't have to leave our platform to do a lot of their content. They don't have to like edit their streams. They can just stream on our platform and then keep their audience on our platform to watch more ads. But I think that could have been great. Honestly, smart move, you know? I think they could have done it very well.
All right.
But the issue,
See someone.
But the issue is they never really put the effort. Like on Twitch, there's so many features and stuff that are very like community driven. So like, you know, stuff like rating, awesome. Stuff like all these moderation tools, awesome. Stuff like the channel points and all these like various things and VIP and everything else, awesome.
I'm amped. Let's go.
Like redeems and everything else, like, or like stuff where like you click on a thing and it gives you more channel points, or you know, stuff like like not subscription, what's it called, like I think it's, yeah, subscribe, like subscriptions and everything else. What's happening in game? I'm doing poorly.
Reina.
I'm getting kills, so it's not like the worst thing in the world, but I'm not doing great. This is definitely the wrong angle to be running with the shot. Oh my fucking! Oh god! What are you doing? Wait, what? That's an angle? That's a place you can hide? Did not know that. Now I know. But yeah, so like the thing about it is,
Headshot.
Enemy spotted B.
I think they realized that, and also all these features, by the way, I'm not gonna say it's ridiculously easy. Everything we gotta code and do stuff and like product tests and everything else. Everything is like a process. As a cheeky little hiding spot. Everything is a process, but like
3 out of 5.
it's not like a difficult thing.
4 out of 5. My ultimate is ready.
It's not like a difficult thing for him to code, I think. In my opinion.
Heal up, squad.
One enemy remaining.
Healing.
30 seconds left.
Cage triggered. They found my wire.
Last player.
Ah, that could have been a 6 kill. You're gonna go play some BO and I don't know what Borderlands? Not Borderlands. What does BO stand for? In BO2. And your trusty old PS3. That's pretty cool. It's pretty fun.
Clutch.
Black Ops. Yeah, that's fun. Well, go enjoy your Black Ops games. I never play Black Ops, so I don't really. There's not much I can talk about it, but I wish you good luck in whatever you do, and I will try to play your game soon. I'm sorry, I'm just not feeling it today. I'm just like, I don't know.
Keep up.
I don't even know how much longer I'm going to stream for. Maybe a little bit longer because I started really late. Ah! Some Black Ops Zombies is the best. Yeah. I remember that from when I was young. The zombies in Black Ops gave me nightmares, but that was like when I was like a kid. I watched my friends play it, and it traumatized me. Early childhood trauma. I will give it a try someday, probably. There's so many games that I want to try out. I was just I was watching an animation about Dead Cells, and I did not know what Dead Cells was. I totally wrong what it was.
One enemy remaining.
I would definitely have to play Dead Cells now. All these like classical games. I need to like sit down and play.
Don't sit down. We're not done yet.
I have money if you need.
Oh yeah, no, I love scary things. I love scary games. It's more so that when I'm talking like kid. I think as I got older and more traumatized, I started seeking out scary things. That was fun.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Planted.
One enemy remaining.
Wait, who commented?
If they try something, I'll see it.
Sorry for judging you so harshly. Just tried once, especially transit. Granny? I'm sorry, I don't know the references. Back in the day, the scariest thing except that one tiny cringe is so funny and lame and weird. For the scariest things are humans themselves. That's a pretty nice. That's a take. Not wrong though. And the cruelty of humans definitely is terrifying.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Wow, so embarrassing.
I don't know what mechanic they're talking about.
Another fight? Clean slate. Let's leave whatever.
Oh, the Granny of the horror game. I haven't played it actually. I think I've seen a little bit of content about it. I don't know. Maybe, okay, I gotta play it. Maybe it's scarier than I'm giving it credit for.
Isolate them and kill them.
I played some Hardcore 2D recently. You should check them out on stream. Celeste Warrior. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I should just make like a list of games to play on stream. We actually did play Minecraft on stream for a little bit. We actually had a server that was technically live until I brought it down. I gotta learn to make a proper Minecraft, like a server, because the one I did before wasn't great. But we did have one for a while that was running. It was pretty cool. It was like, we had that server running. Honestly, like up until like 3 or 4 months ago, we had the server running until no one was using it. It was taking up a lot of, it was like a $10 a month. I was like, you know what? That's not worth $10 a month. So I just dropped it.
One enemy remaining.
How about one game per stream?
Last player standing.
Maybe, honestly. I wouldn't mind it.
Tagged.
We're trying to stick it. I probably will start playing more games. I honestly just need to get into sketch, like into the streaming grind. Because like I feel like I just haven't like been streaming consistently enough. I feel like I need to be able to like, yeah, every day I'm streaming. Let's have a schedule. Let's start like talking about the games and everything else. I think once I have all of that, then I can be like, yeah, let's X, Y, and Z. We're going to play.
I can't use that.
Someone is B.
I can't use that.
Yikes. Let's do list forming actors at this stream's end. We can do that. I wouldn't mind. I probably should, if we're gonna do it.
Last player standing.
I can't hear myself think with this gunfire. Oh, gunfire's over. But yeah, no, we can like spend maybe like after this game,
Last round before the switch.
like about like maybe 5-10 minutes, and we can make a list of games. I'll play with Op. Quick multiplayer ranking games. Maybe. I'd love to have more stuff. Like, I like the idea. Okay, actually it's complicated. I like the idea of interactive games with the stream as well. But I think it's so hard because I feel like a lot of games just don't really work.
One enemy remaining. Flawless. Switching sides.
They're usually distracted once I reveal them. Make sure to take advantage.
I can't stand these games because they aren't my thing. Totally fair. Honestly, I think a lot of my viewership on Twitch, at least back in the day, I got most of my viewers from Valorant. Like this was my bread and butter. Every single day, like 5-6 hours of like. Oh, you're talking about like multiplayer games. Okay, I'll play your game after this. You know what? I will. The game is nearly over anyways. I don't like ledges in Valorant.
Last player standing.
It's more that my champion jumps high, stays high, and dashes. And all three of those things
Spike planted.
don't work well with ledges. Fall damage alone terrifies me sometimes in Valorant. I've gotten fall damage which is unforgivable as Jett. You want me to do some 2D single player, but also play League of Legends Valorant? I'm only here to chat.
Wind.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go.
Honestly, you know what? One thing I've been thinking about a lot recently. We were talking about this earlier in the stream, but maybe just going back into doing game jams. I think game jams. I felt okay. Valorant is good for relaxation. Okay, not relaxation. Kind of relaxation. I'll say relaxation. Valorant is good for it. But
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
but like I feel far more accomplished. Like I feel like I'm actually doing something when I play. Not play. When I make games, like game jams and stuff. That's when I really feel like I'm actually doing something, or like I feel productive. We are back. Yeah, no worries. Definitely default. I just games and game jams are short, but I feel like it's less that. It's more the making of the game. Making games for me is fun.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Still in sight. 3 souls.
Did he?
One enemy remaining.
My ult's right.
That's actually hilarious. Nothing they could do there.
If any of you die, I lose a bet with Brimstone, so don't embarrass me like that, please.
Oh yeah, no worries. Subjective, I mean, subjective opinions are where they're at, but where it's at. I think just my kind of thing about it is they're not here. I feel like every time they're just not where I'm holding. Very frustrating. But yeah, I just kind of like, I understand not wanting to play game jam games, but I think making them, like that's a week-long amount of work. And at the end of it,
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Morida, for you.
Match point.
I saw the desperation.
Need a drop.
Let's use that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Deffin's back! Woo! But yeah, no, I kind of want to do more game jams. I wanted to do more of that stuff. That content's fun for me. I want to, honestly, I think the more difficult part is I want to do more things that directly benefit the stream. Oh, I turned on battery.
Get out of my way.
Where's that battery? Why is it? Why? I cannot hear. I'm deaf. I am death. Destroyer of worlds.
Spike down A.
You had your fun. My turn.
Cannot. Oh wait, what's this?
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Define benefit of the stream. It's more like I don't work on the stream enough outside of stream. Like I feel like
Find them. I kill them.
others
Simple as that.
other streamers, I feel like they make videos, edit, do stuff on Discord. Basically, I feel like they do a lot of stuff like off stream that like directly impact the well-being of the stream, or like artwork and everything else, or they make stuff for the stream. I feel like my main issue is off stream, I don't do anything for the stream. That's one of my weakest points. That's one thing I've been really struggling with. And I feel like I should do more stuff. I feel like when I'm on stream, I feel more obligated to actually do stuff, which is dumb.
Oh, my ult's ready.
It shouldn't be the case. Oh.
Buried.
You're watching you from the TV while I eat my breakfast. Now I can't miss any frame. Nice.
Last player
I just feel like Twitch, you can't grow your stream on Twitch. And
Where is everyone hiding?
true. If I had
30 seconds left.
if I was making money off stream, I would like full time 24 hours a day, all nighters. Literally, I would have no issue just like not dedicate my life. I still want to have like a personal life, like do stuff outside of stream. But like full-time job, yes. Full-time job and a half, yes. I would do that for the stream. It's hard to commit full-time job and a half when part of me is like, I need to make money. I have all these other projects that could also end up being my full-time job, etc. It's like, I'm just kind of like thinking like, maybe I should use stream. Because the thing is, so kind of to give you a scale of it, it takes me about an hour for like a poor to like 3 hours for a high quality short for like making it from start to finish. Like the shorts you saw on like that blew up on YouTube a little bit. No, I won't say like went viral or anything, but they got some good viewership. Those took about 3 hours a piece to make. They took about 3 hours a piece to make, and then like a lot of the newer shorts took around an hour to an hour and a half to make. And if you think about it, one of my streams is the equivalent of 2 poor quality or 3 poor quality to 1 high quality short. But I feel like streams are great for people I'm already like, you know, in my community and stuff. I feel like streams are the best way I can talk to you guys. I'm not clearly not the best streamer. I think I gotta get better at communicating with you guys and talking to chat and everything else. I'm still pretty bad at that. But I think it's still the best way that I can interact with you guys, outside of maybe Discord. But shorts and all this other stuff is a great way to get more people. And
Spike planted.
making stuff like better point redemptions and other things for the stream, those are ways to make things better for the people who are here. You know? And all those things take a lot of time, and it's kind of like a time balancing thing. I will say a lot of like I've been, you know, like I think it's like the equivalent of self-help books, but I've been like looking at a lot of people, like content creators, who talk about how to, you know, become a big time streamer and everything else and all that other jazz. And what they generally say is, you know, spend like 80% of your time making content and 20% of your time streaming or whatever. And the issue right now is that I'm like spending 100% of my time doing this kind of stuff.
Who's next?
So, yeah, I don't know. So, well, so when I say it, like maybe spending time on my stream doing stuff like direct events to stream, I'm talking more about like So wait, let me hear your comment. My point is just that you shouldn't have a fixed goal for what things should be. You need to think about what Yeah, I guess the thing about it is
Eagle-eyed.
the specific thing I'm kind of viewing. Oh. The specific thing I'm looking at right now is maybe having streams where I edit social media things, or maybe on stream make a social media post. Maybe I'll go for like an ultra poor quality one, but I'll make a post that like where I like this kind of like back and forth where we talk about something on stream, where I have like a 30 second nugget of wisdom. Maybe I can like capture that and like throw it onto social media quickly on stream, because off stream it's a motivation issue.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Oh, did not know there was that. I thought it was gonna be like a quick corner. That did not think that was gonna be that deep. Or maybe on stream, we can have like art streams where I make emotes. Or I make stuff that directly benefits the stream.
Spike down.
Or maybe I'll have a stream where I make games for the stream.
Remaining.
My ultimate is ready.
Last player standing.
Damn. Reverting back to mobile because I need those channel points for the VIP.
Scotty,
Yeah.
and then they will die.
I did not realize. I guess I should look at the map, because on the map you can kind of see that. There's like, you guys can't see the map. You're kind of getting bored of the game? Yeah, no worry. I'm going to... I'll stop after this game. We're nearly done. Ah! I should have dashed. I feel like I'm getting tired too, because like it's like 1:40 for me right now. I'm definitely like starting. Man, that KO, not KO, what's his name? The guy with the clones, the decoys, he really committed. That was a commit and a half. Research Marvel, where I look so much about them, but I have no interest in both. I've heard good things. I've heard good things I'm not interested in though. Yeah, no, that's totally fair.
One enemy remaining.
Where is everyone hiding?
30 seconds left.
Wiped clean.
Well, that's the end of it. But yeah, I'll play our game, Defin, before I end the stream, and then we can like talk about like games we want to play in the future and stuff like that. Take my hat off, you can see my crazy looking hair. It's 13:40. Yeah, it's same time for no, because you're talking about military time, so we're 12 hours apart. Okay, let's play Defin Defaults game. So we said same link, and again, if you have a game, guys, that is browser based on itch.io, love to play it. Mind if I DM you later on Discord? Yeah, of course. Just let me know, yeah, whenever you want. You can do it right now if you'd like. Give me 1 second, guys. My brain isn't working. Okay, there's a button. Let's get the... But yeah, I'm definitely a little bit tired right now. I can definitely feel like my face is like my mouth is getting numb from talking too much. My energy level is crashing. We'll play Defin Defaults game. Then we'll... Brain is not braining. Brain is absolutely not braining right now. Okay, let's take a look. Dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Nope, not that. Oh, it was in playtesting, I think. Let's see. So you said you updated. Let's do a window capture. Add source. Add source. Oops, Daisy. Fine. Okay. Now let's play your game really fast. So I'm guessing the new tutorial button is a tutorial. So hire a cell now. Okay. Continue. Prepare to suffer. And let's get started. You need ATP to stay alive. You have to make it. Oh, glucose approaching. Clear the way for. Okay, so. I'm not going to click continue yet because we're still waiting on the glucose. I guess I'll start click continue, I guess. No, I can't do that. So I'm guessing I'm trying to get the mitochondria to interact with the glucose. Okay, great. Now hover the mouse on any mitochondria nearest is best. So E to activate it. Okay, I did that. Okay. Did that. I don't see any. And there's another glucose coming, so I guess I'll just repeat the process. Put it into way. More glucose. Oh, I see. So I can move it around. I think I see the picture a bit more. See the ATP go up. Okay, good. I got it. Mitochondria is a good temperature bar. Depends on hot blue. Now bring me 500 ATP to continue. Okay. Yeah, this feels a lot better, actually. You've definitely improved this. Oh, God. This definitely feels more like a game and less like a simulation. $580. Oh, nope. No, you don't. Get in there. Get. Nope. There you go. That lipid's about to die, but need more glucose. So, okay, this is not a huge criticism, but especially the tutorial. It's kind of slow. Maybe like having a bit more glucose. I don't think this is the worst issue. I've had games with slower tutorials, so it's not like this is a deal breaker in the slightest. Great work. Continue. Now these are SARE, make me lipids, make blue boys. Fix some holes by making lipids hover over to SARE and press E. Okay, where's SARE? HSP. SARE. Okay, so they made lipids. Yeah, this is feeling a lot better. This feels a lot more game-ish. Oh, that's trapped. Another. Oh, glucose. Come on, get back in there. I definitely see how this game works a bit more now, which is pretty cool. I definitely feel like I have a better feeling. Oh, more glucose. Okay, actually, okay, now the speed's feeling a lot better. Now a lot of stuff is going on. Probably. The text is kind of annoying because it's kind of blocking a lot of things. Oh, blocking it. Okay, let's do E to make lipid, E to make lipid, E to make lipid. Oh. Get in. Continue, but that's what we did. Now, 500 ATP to continue. Get inside. Let's fix these holes. You know, let's get these done. Continue. Hover to nucleus, press R. Do not touch them unless I say so. I'll make our RNA and ribosomal protein both require 20 blue tick box. I will say telling someone not to do something in a tutorial newly made ribosome. Nucleus. Newly made ribosome. Lipid. Okay. Oh wait, are these ribosomes? No. Ugh. I will say the drag. I get the purpose of the drag camera feature, but it does feel like it's kind of like in the way. Oh, go to nucleus again and make both things. Oh. Yeah, it's a, okay. Switching between them is a little bit frustrating, if I'm being honest. It's not the worst thing in the world. Also, the fact it's making me scroll the screen when I'm doing it. Maybe way to like block that would be nice. Ribosome. I still don't see the ribosome. Because I'll stop focusing on ATP at the moment. Oh, wait, I gotta click on that thing first. Oh, I see now. Yeah, so one thing I will say is, generally speaking, and this is just like from like a general, like I understand where you're coming from, but it's never a really great idea to tell someone who is playing your game not to do something. Generally, there are exceptions to it, obviously. Like they're like, especially in multiplayer games, I think that's where more of those exceptions to that rule happen. Make a touch with an alright strand. Guessing this is. Do I make these two things touch? Oh, there it goes. mRNA. Wait, ribosomes, E proteins. Now it's making a protein. Okay. Golgi apparatus. RER, make it go towards the nearest Golgi apparatus. We're gonna ignore the big Best Buy ad. Okay. I think that's all for right now. So here's my thoughts on it. Oh wait, you're commenting. Going can make one thing. Okay, got it. I think you're just telling me how to make it back when I was working on it. In the YouTube chat. I think I saw some stuff in the YouTube chat. Yeah, okay. So Golden Lotus is kind of agreeing with me. So the thing is, generally speaking, you don't want to. If you want someone not to do something, you don't tell them not to do it. You either make it so the game won't let them do it, or give them a motive not to do it. So like, I could say that in a game, let's say I don't want somebody to click a certain button. That I could either make it so the button's grayed out so I can't click it, or when I do click the button, let's say something bad happens for me, or something, let's say this costs a lot of money and doesn't really give me a whole lot of return. Or let's say I buy a weapon that I can't use at the moment, or an upgrade that doesn't really apply to me. Stuff like that is stuff that motivates a player not to do it. But if it's not immediately clear why not to do something, and it has to be a really simple thing. Because again, for a game like this, especially in the beginning when you don't really understand how all these things work, because like in a big game, if you tell me not to make something, I'm going to be thinking to myself, okay, well, what if I did? Like, is there, and maybe there is a great reason. Yeah, so I agree with Chris Ball that there is a lot of dead time. Like a time speed slider would be a good idea. I think another thing is it's a very finicky in terms of like, I understand having all these like individual actors, like agents, like the ATP producing mitochondria, I think, or what they were. But like, part of me was like, okay, why don't I just use the lipids to just move as much glucose into the cell as possible and just maximize ATP production? Like, what is the point of the other things? The thing is, anything else I'm doing is making me miss opportunities with the glucose. So it definitely feels like, I understand. Okay, I will say that's a choice because some players might like that. Some players might like having to juggle things like that. But the thing is also when you have all like little things moving around and they're not like stable. Like I feel like if it was a farm simulator where I had to focus on an individual plot at some point, it was like stable and I can always know where to look to go for it or where something's coming in. I could be like, that's different. But for a game like this, it kind of feels like, oh, where's the mitochondria I need? Oh, why is there a glucose coming from over there? If it was automated, like if I had like an option, like let's say I had to spend a lot of money or like ATP, and I could automate part of it. So let's say that mitochondria have a 20% chance of activating and going to the nearest glucose on its own, or something like that, like an upgrade system. I'm not sure if an upgrade system is what we want to do for this game. It depends on, again, these are all design choices, but like something like that where like it's automation, where it feels like, oh, I don't have to focus as hard because it will do part of the job for me, and I don't need to like really worry about it too much. That could be helpful. Or another thing could be like maybe making it easier, like maybe like mitochondria go faster to glucose, or maybe mitochondria auto go to nearest glucose, or maybe lipids have a chance of letting glucose go through. You know, like maybe like lipids or or like advanced lipids that have like receptors. I mean, like in real life, there's these like channels and stuff that are like gated channels and everything. Like all like you can look it up, but like there's like a variety of types of like channels that can be inside of a cell, and they let certain things through. So you can make a feature like that where like you can add a gate that doesn't let the organelles out, but lets other stuff come in, or maybe it lets waste go out and lets glucose come in, or you can create these interesting gate systems, maybe like more expensive, but they kind of automate the system. Or maybe you can make some like again like there's all like little things where like or they like lipids that again, or you can just make it simple, like special lipids that have a chance of letting glucose go through, or any lipid has a chance of letting glucose go through. Basically anything that kind of like makes it so that I don't have to be like, oh, I'm focusing on my nucleus right now or on my Golgi apparatus. I'm missing out on like 20 glucose that I could like get 1,000 ATP. Especially if ATP is the main currency. Especially like, I think once you get good at the game, like if you're invested and you get good at the game, maybe there's like a deeper mechanic where you got to kind of balance these two things. But if you're just starting the game, the main instinct is to just hoard ATP, because that's like the main thing that keeps you alive. The game pause. Yeah, I'm still like, but then if the game is pausing, that's not really progressing the game too. It kind of like, I don't know. For me personally, that's kind of slow. And it's like slow and fast. Actually, it's fast when like something is happening, like you need glucose, and then it's like a little bit of action, and then like a minute of nothing happening or me being confused, and then a minute of action and a long time of something happening. Yeah, so I don't know. I'd say that I will say, I think one thing you would benefit from, like obviously, I'm one guy and I have my own like a lot of the stuff I'm telling you is subjective. It's 100% subjective, and I'd say I would take it with a grain of salt, because it's subjective. I don't think you can really like say that. I'm sure, not even exaggerating, there might be somebody out there, one person out there who would love your game the way it is, and it's awesome. Maybe it's a biology teacher who's been looking for that game that closely mimics reality, or something like that, like with the detail of all these like various apparatus in the cells. I don't know. There could be a target audience. But one thing I would say is, especially now, is finding more feedback. So I understand making the game. I think you said made it for a game jam, but also what you could do is outside the game jam, especially if you want to pursue this game further and work on it more, is, I hate to say this because it's like tangential to game design, but marketing. And yeah, exactly. So basically, there could be a market for it, but you need to determine who your target audience. Yeah, you need to determine who your target audience is, and you need to start finding people. Because again, I guess it all depends on what is your goal with the game. If your goal with the game is to make a game that I like, then obviously the best way to do that is keep asking me for my opinion. Give my opinion, you implement those changes, and you can closely approximate your game to a game that I would appreciate. I think you did a great job. I think it's a cool idea, it's a cool concept, and it's clearly working to some degree. I don't know if there's any bugs or anything. I haven't played it that far, but I've played it enough to be like, yeah, there's like a lot of cool features and mechanics and stuff. I can appreciate that. Even if it's not a game I would play to completion on my own time. That being said, if your goal is to make a game that is for more people to play, let's say like you want to have a game, you can maybe set the goal like, I want 100 people to like my game. There are bugs that you saw? Oh, okay. Well, I'm not looking closely enough then, maybe. Or maybe I'm just not noticing them. But if your goal is like have 100 people play your game and like your game, then your question is, okay, so on what platforms am I gonna put this game? How am I going to like get people to like see my game? So maybe like working on the splash art or the description, or focusing on like maybe making like some social media posts, or making some short content showing some basic features. Or if you want to, do it more like in a more professional way, like, oh, am I gonna like put ad spend into it? Although don't go that far. I don't think it's worth it, but right now, from where you're at. But maybe later, if you're like trying to actually monetize features of it. But again, so the question is, what is your goal? Or if your goal is just a personal project where you're gonna like have fun, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe everything I'm saying doesn't matter. It could just be like, just whatever feedback you think sounds like something you want to do. You can make it. If it's purely a personal project, then that's totally fine too. Then none of what I just said applies. It all kind of comes down to where you want to take this game, how do you want to do it, and I don't know. I'd say, I think you have a cool game. I don't see the direction yet, but that's also very subjective. So that's my feedback. I'd say this is a cool game, but it's not something I would personally play so completely. Like if I saw this on itch.io, maybe I would play it for like a minute and I'd be like, oh, that's not really my thing. Not a personal project? Okay. So if you want to actually grow it, then I would say that, first of all, I'm not sure if I could be wrong about this because I'm just not familiar with the platform you have it on right now. But maybe itch.io is much, I'd say it's pretty well known, has pretty decent reach. And maybe focusing like a little bit of time on like, because right now you have like a solid demo, I'd say, or like a beginning thing. Maybe focusing a little bit on making the splash art and like the description and like maybe putting some marketing to get a couple players in, see what they say, and then like you can start building your community where you're like, because in the itch.io you have the comments section and you have the community section and everything else, and you can have people like add, like, hey, I have this bug, or hey, I have this issue, or hey, I like this, and you can respond to them, and people like that, and you're gonna go back and you're gonna update the game, and you're gonna get this nice little cycle where people are gonna return to your page, play your game a bit more, say, oh, I like you did that. Can you also do this? And then you're gonna get more and more people, more comments, more engagement. You get more, it gets pushed out. Maybe you'll get featured. You can grow the game that way. So again, it really just okay. Wait. Also, I'm seeing comments on YouTube. Again, I hate the fact that Streamlabs does not show me all the comments. So Golden Lotus says, okay, so we talked about the not forcing players to do something. Players left turn break. Yeah, players troll. All players will always troll. Give a player the option to troll, they will troll you, and they will try to break your game. So 100% on that. Also, I just realized like when I put this chat thing up, that's better. %1,000% that. Yeah, so downtime, that's the main thing. So that's what I was talking about earlier, where you say like you have a minute of something and then a long time of nothing. That's something that definitely like impacts gameplay, because I'm not saying that every game has to be the most crazy action-packed game, but it should always feel like you're working towards something. Like, I feel like a game where it feels like I'm not really doing something for a while is a game I'm not going to play for very long, because I'd rather be doing something that sounds that I'd rather be working towards a goal. I'd rather like see objective like steps in a direction. If I like not doing that is like watching paint dry, at least to me. Marketing is later things to learn. I think no. Okay, that I disagree with Golden Lotus. I think marketing it's never too early to learn marketing. I will agree that some people only know marketing and don't know about the game side, because I've seen some stuff that gets marketed really well and there's no substance. Totally fair. But because I think marketing is technically a easier, like there's like a lower barrier to entry than game development or stuff like that, or like, you know, art and everything else. It's easier to get started with content creation and like marketing and so on. But I think getting started and knowing it and actually like working on it and like learning how to build communities and like how to interact with your community and everything else, that is huge. And it's something that I struggle with. And I've been streaming and game developing and stuff like that for years now. And I feel like if I was better at it, I could be in a much better spot right now. So my advice, if you learn nothing else from me, is it's never too early to start marketing. And marketing sucks and I hate it, but you need to do it. So that's just my take. Make list of game you want to play. Okay, we'll do that in a second. I just want to finish with this. Chris Ball said, the issue is I'm not a big YouTuber. I would say that that's a huge step in marketing if I wasn't as tiny as I am. Like if we had like 100 people right now, if I had like 1,000 people right now watching the stream, then I'd be like, yes, getting a YouTuber. Because if I had 1,000 or 100 viewers, I would probably be at like a 10,000. Like I feel like at that point you're probably at like 10,000 or up subscriber count. Getting a YouTuber who has that much content and those many people's eyes on your product, that would be a huge marketing step. And I mean, also at that point, you know, you're competing for a lot of other probably talented individuals. Like if let's say I was trying to get on some big YouTubers like watch list or whatever, like someone with 1,000 followers or 1,000 viewers, then and let's say they actually played my game and they liked it. Let's say that was like just glowing reviews and 1,000 people heard that. That would be a marketing achievement. But it's harder to do that. I couldn't do that, I don't think, with my games. I think that would be very difficult to ask for me. So Chris Ball said earlier, a way of looking at it is as if you were an RTS, even when you're not actively collecting viewers, you're always getting. Yeah, so I think the biggest thing in games is agency. And agency just means the ability to impact outcomes, pretty much, or like impact some outcome. So agency could be anything from like a decision you make now will impact the ending you get to I did this action, I get this thing. Just being able to choose what you do and the options you have and having options that you can do and change and stuff and seeing meaningful progress or seeing how that actually impacts your state. So not just like ATP growth, but it could be like something like, I feel like what I just did improves my gameplay experience or improves my expected outcome or improves my my current state like in a very like in a way that's really meaningful. Meaningfulness I think is very important. I think it's really hard. I think in a lot of games it's really hard to like find a way, because also different players find meaning in different things. Like some people like exploring, or some people really like just min-maxing and getting like the most fastest and strongest build. Some people just like breaking the game. Some people just like there's all these different kinds of players, and it's really, you got to figure out who you're making it for and really leaving enough stuff that a player who likes exploration can go into your game and still have some kind of nuggets of information or something to like kind of get. Because like, I mean, just think about all the people who like love Five Nights at Freddy's only for the lore and not for the game. That's a bad example. I think that's kind of like a really pop culture phenomena, but I think the point still stands. Also, Chris Paul said that, you know, Also, people can follow your project on itch and get updates and everything else. So yeah, no, itch I'd say is where you want to get this game onto. So you also say that you're tied to 2 games at once. I think I saw the other game. I don't think I'll play it tonight because it's 2:10 and I feel like I'm going insane. But yeah, I'd say that sucks. But I mean that's personal thing. I have a bunch of projects too. I mean, I got this stream. I have Hidden Marks. I have like 3 or 4 projects that are like I've been on a back burner for years now, and some of which people love, and it sucks that I can't like next month we're just working all on this project. I'd love to do that, and if I had money and like time and I wasn't like tied down to anything else, I would do that. So you're making it for a YouTube creator who's known as The Last Bacon? Oh, okay. I don't know who that is. But yeah, if you're making it for somebody or for something that you're offering or some kind of competition or something, then yeah, that's kind of cool too. Or maybe if it's like a what's it called? What's the word? If it's a commission piece or something, that's also if that's what it is, that's awesome. Trapping up display I have, yeah, it's awesome. That's definitely a good idea. And Golden Lotus Studio is saying optional make games. True that. And also he's saying I think you should do all things about Hidden Marks and wrap it up. I will say I don't think Hidden Marks is ever gonna go away. I don't think there is I have a list of things that I need to get done, and that list only gets longer by the day. Like examples being I need to marketing, always marketing. I need to fix the Amazon. I want to make these like little rule images that I can put into like all the descriptions and stuff, because that I see everywhere and I feel like so bad because I need to make it and I keep pushing it back and it's not great. It's not good. It's gonna take me like a couple days and it's gonna suck, but I'm gonna get it done. I make a tutorial video. I gotta make a bunch of like learning content for Hidden Marks. What else I gotta do? I also need. I'm planning on making a print and play version for free. I'm planning on making the app and an API for multiplayer and making it like cross-platform. There's an expansion and a Kickstarter I want to do for it. There is some other manufacturing stuff that I have lined up that I want to kind of do, but that's going to be a pain. What else do I have? I also have a lot of things I have are just marketing, honestly. I mean, it's a long list, but it just kind of boils down to marketing. I want to. It's a weird thing, but I kind of want to go on tour and like I want to like get people to be like play games. I want to start going to like locate like to various gaming groups and demoing my game. I want to play the game on campuses. I want to potentially drive to other states and like go to like big hotspots and play the game. Nice hairstyle. Yeah, my hair looks pretty good right now for a second. One second. I don't know. That was kind of dumb. Thank you, Dev. Yeah, I'm gonna make a list. The issue right now is I mean, okay, I have some lists on Notion. I use Notion for all my like stuff like that. What time is it for me? It's 2:14 and I am going insane because I'm tired and I need to sleep. Don't take that as like you guys are forcing me here. I'm here out of free will. I'm just having I'm enjoying this conversation. I'm trying to like I don't want to leave this conversation. I don't want to like, you know, leave the conversation before I'm done speaking my fill because I'm going to forget this by tomorrow. But yeah, so Hidden Marks, there's like a bunch of it's like yeah, 2:15 a.m. for me right now. But yeah, so Hidden Marks, I have some stuff listed in Notion. It's more so that, especially recently, I've been kind of stuck with. I mean, okay, one thing is I've been trying to get to stream more daily, and that's thrown a little hammer. I put it off for like a week where I was working the Hidden Marks, and I was like, you know what? I put it off for a week. I need to stream because I promised you guys I would do it when I came back. When I was done with school, and then it didn't happen. And then I was like, you know what? A week passed. I gotta get that started. Kind of threw a hammer in my schedule. And then the other thing is I've been trying to like start doing the traveling to game groups and stuff. And I've been traveling and I've been going to game groups and everything else. I went to I think 3 meetups so far, and it was very successful. I'm very happy with what happened. I sold a bunch of copies and I played a bunch of games and it was awesome and fun. But the issue is each of those things takes like a lot of time. So like just driving out somewhere and like playing games. I feel like another thing is I'm like, okay, obviously right. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go to sleep in a second. The other issue is I'm really okay. I'm kind of nice in a way because when I go out and I play against other people, I always feel like obligated to also play whatever they're offering. So if they're playing some game, I feel like I should at least play some of their games to kind of, you know, I don't want to be a complete a-hole where I'm just there playing my game, but also me playing other people's games, especially like the games that I've been playing with other people were like an hour and a half, 2 hours long, compared to my game is like 10, 15 minutes. And when you do that, you kind of like you get stuck there for hours, and then you got to talk to them, and I try and build community, and it's all really important, really good stuff, but that cuts into the schedule like nothing else. What else is there? Yeah, and like the thing is, the other thing is like it's been a motivational problem too, and also holidays and holiday shopping, getting all that stuff done, and like family and everything else. That's also been kind of cutting into my schedule. And motivation. Motivation, I think, is one of the biggest issues, simply because like recently, when you have a bunch of stuff and you're like kind of stuck, and you're like, I need to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, all these things. I like for me, I'm kind of like, oh my god, what do I even start with? Or I'll never get this done, or you know, all the like these doubts and things and stuff. It's a struggle, motivation. I'll sleep. Don't worry, definitely. Don't gotta tell me. Don't gotta tell me. But yeah, that is kind of the long and short of why why I got stuff to do. And then that's Hidden Marks for stream. I have a huge list of things I want to do for stream. I think we kind of talked about it a little bit. But it's like I want to the channel points and stuff, I want that to feel meaningful, because I feel like that's such a good resource. It's such a fun thing that I've been underutilizing. I want to marketing, everything, literally every single thing. Marketing is like a huge thing. How do you ban the streamer so he goes to sleep? Okay, I'll go to sleep in a second. Ah! But yeah. Don't worry if I'm there now, yeah. No, there's so many things I gotta do, and the main thing is, like I was saying earlier, I think the best time for me to do stuff for the stream is on stream, unfortunately. So doing stuff that like directly impacts the stream, like making emotes, making stuff for the bits, and not bits, and what's it called? Like channel points, content creation, artwork, marketing, all these things. All those things make a lot of sense to do on stream, but also it's how do I make that entertaining for you guys as well? Because on the one hand, it would really help the stream. On the other hand, if it's boring AF and you guys don't care, that is not good either. But yeah, so that's kind of the two big projects. Also, school. School's gonna start for me in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. School starts up for me again, and my schedule is a lot better this year or next semester, start of the year. So hopefully, because of that, I'll have a lot more time to stream. But you know, we'll see. That's a really we'll see kind of deal. And then what else do I also like? If I can't make money from hidden marks or streaming, I'll have to find another job. And personal life stuff. Those are the 5 things that are going on right now. I got a bunch of things on the back burner, but I'm not even going to think about those because those will have to wait. Okay. But now I'm going to call it. I think I've spoken my fill. I'll be in the Discord. If I don't stream tomorrow, I will be in the Discord for sure. If you have any questions, you want to talk about stuff, just want to hang out, I will be in the Discord. I will try to reply as quick as possible. I know I'm bad at it, but I'm going to get better. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys all enjoyed hanging out. And I think today we got viewers. We got numbers. So we're going to raid it off. We're going to send you guys somebody. So let's see who is live right now. This is specifically for Twitch. For YouTube, it's different. So we're going to send you guys off to... None of our friends are live because it's way too early in the morning. Who are we going to send you guys off to? That is a question and a half. Let's find a software developer. Find someone with a couple of views. I don't know who, trying to find someone who looks relatively interesting. Let's raid you guys off to Zed Shaw. Seems pretty chill. Sending you guys off in a second.
I think I'm calling it like foreground color, background color. I should just call it foreground background.
I haven't seen this guy for too long, so... Oh, wait. Raid the Whitechapel. Wait, 1 second. We have a raid request. That is much better for me. I'd rather do a recommendation. The Whitechapel. The Whitechapel. Okay, it's complaining right now. 1 second. See ya, Golden Lotus. Sorry, I had turned the YouTube chat off really fast. Dum. Don't like the Twitch layout thing. Stream manager. Come on, let me raid the Whitechapel. Okay, well, I'll raid him, but only because you asked. Because he has a lot of viewers. I'm almost ashamed to raid him, but because you asked, I will do it. Let's raid, and I'll see you guys. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. Sorry I'm so out of it right now. I'm just tired. I'm just really tired. But it was great having you guys here. I hope you guys joined the Valorant. Sorry we didn't do any coding or anything else, but I had a great time. Valorant was pretty fun. Didn't really win a whole lot, but I didn't play ranked, so I don't really care. Hope you guys all enjoyed. I'll see you guys probably not tomorrow. I'm going to say forecast 60% chance of no stream tomorrow. But not sure about Christmas either. But after that, for sure, after Christmas, I will be streaming regularly. We'll have a schedule on the Discord and everything else. And if I don't stream on Christmas, I will definitely at least put some effort in giving you guys a schedule. So thank you all for watching. Stay awesome. Let's send some love to the Whitechapel and have a great one. So I'm going to start to raid. I should have started to raid when I started my spiel. If you haven't, well, you know the spiel. If you haven't already, subscribe, or not subscribe, what the hell is Twitch? Follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. I'm tired. If you guys can't tell, I think the more tired I am, the more frizzy my hair gets. But yeah, anyways, it was great having you all. Let's go check out this guy's stream. I'll give him a follow as well when I get there. Yeah. Have a good time. Have a good night, F and Default.